Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Carlisle United Career Mode save. This is episode number 20. And to start off today's episode, we are going to have a quick look at the table. As you can see, we are in the 9th position as we drew the last game against Barnsley, who are now in second spot. Obviously, before the previous game they were top of the league. But we are on a current patchy sort of form. We've been sort of inconsistent. Actually, we've been inconsistent since the start of the season. Still struggling to find our footing in League One so far, but hopefully we will find our feet soon. And to be honest, it's not really an issue if we manage to stay and keep ourselves up in League One for the rest of the season. That would be a good season according to the board, at least, but we will try to go for back-to-back promotion. We shall try to go for back-to-back promotion. And in today's first game, it is against Fleetwood Town, and the first half wasn't that great as Brewster had a couple of chances as well as Oscar Mason. Nothing really worked out for us in the first half, and in the second half, if you noticed, there was a slight glitch. Just when the second half started, I tried to change up the formation to see if we can score more goals. Decided against it, went with the same formation, and it was Oscar Mason who missed a glorious chance at the end of the first half, but managed to take this chance first time into the top right hand corner. And shortly after that, not too long after that, it was Tom Parks with the second goal of the match, making amends with that absolutely stunning overhead own goal that he scored against us. I mean, when we were playing MK Dons. Yeah, when we were playing MK Dons. And to match that overhead kick, yes, it is the future star player in the making, Ethan Davis, with an absolutely stunning volley, bicycle kick volley, the first of the series for Carlisle United under my management at least, under our management at least. But it was a stunning overhead kick goal, and we could have made it 4-0 if the goalkeeper didn't get in the way of Brewster's shot. But it is a slightly dry run of form for Brewster as well, as he hasn't scored for the last 4 games. If I'm not mistaken, he scored 2 goals on his debut and the game after, but hasn't scored since. And I tried my best to get him to score, as you can see, towards the end of the game, but nothing really worked in his favour. And we had our first clean sheet in the league in this game. It was a 3-0 win, and it's the first clean sheet. It's 9 games into the season and we've got our first clean sheet. That's how tough we are adjusting to life in League One. And man of the match performance from the future star player, of course, Ethan Davis, with a goal. And Brewster, despite his lack of goals, have been providing a couple of assists as well as 1 assist for this game as well, with a decent performance in. Hopefully he can find his scoring touch soon, as we did spend a huge amount of money on him to score the goals, as we did get a managerial offer from Finland's Football Association. That's how well we are doing with Carlisle United. The FA of Finland are approaching us to get them into the World Cup as well as the Euros finals. But we told them no. We have a project that we are working on at Carlisle. So sorry, maybe in the future or maybe in a different series altogether, but not this time. So anyway, going into the next game is the EFL Cup game, the Carabao Cup. I mean, who calls it Carabao Cup? I know it as the Carling Cup or the League Cup, against Chelsea. A very tough opponent at Stamford Bridge, and we went into the game with our second string squad because, it is the Carabao Cup. We are not particularly giving too much importance to the Carabao Cup. Man, that feels weird saying in the mouth. I'll just stick to Carling Cup. Yeah, the Carling Cup. We are not giving too much importance to the Carling Cup. Maybe the FA Cup or even the EFL Trophy, the Check and Trade Trophy, but the Carling Cup, no, not so much. But anyway, Chelsea do take the lead in the first half through Freitas, who managed to penetrate the back line with not too much of a hassle, but we did hold them off quite well throughout the game, as Colin made a few wonderful saves to keep the scoreline respectable. And compared to the quarter-final game that we had against Spurs last season, where we lost 5-0, was it? No, it was a semi-final game at Wembley against Spurs where we lost 5-0 and could have been worse. We kept Chelsea at bay, but it didn't last too long, as they do take a 2-0 lead towards the end of the game with Batshuayi with a wonderful finish at the end to round a wonderful victory for Chelsea against us. But it was expected. It was expected, as we fielded a relatively weaker side against the Premier League side. So yeah, that is the end of our journey in the EFL Cup, in the Carling Cup. It was fun while it lasted. We beat Wickham before, and we also beat Sheffield United before that, which was a good feat as well. But Chelsea, they are just a little too strong for us at the moment, and we have other priorities at Carlisle. So moving on to the next game, the game against Doncaster away. And for this game, I started McCarron as he requested to be started for this game today. And I moved Ethan Davis to the left wing just to see how he fares on the left wing, as well as I started Colin in the goalkeeping spot, as he again kept the scoreline respectable for us against Chelsea. So I thought, why not give the best goalkeeper of League 2 last season another shot at trying to compete for his spot, at least, instead of just relegating him to the bench straight away. But in a game with very little chances, very few chances, a lot of half chances, it was Ryan Brewster who came up with the goods in the 70th minute, taking his chance, going one-on-one against the keeper and planting the ball into the back of the net. That is Ryan Brewster's dry run or dry spell ending right there. But our search for a consecutive clean sheet still goes on, as the man I substituted on late in the second half gave the ball away right there at the edge of the box. It was Kennedy. Lapsed in concentration perhaps, but it was a poor giveaway at the edge of the area, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing Colin could do about that. So yeah, it was a game that we should have had all 3 points, but because of a lapse of concentration of one of our players, it was a lapse of concentration of myself. But yeah, thanks to all of that, we do drop 2 big points, and we drop back to 8th spot. 10 games into the season with 16 points, 6 points off the top of the table and 2 points off the playoffs as well. And to add on to the frustration from the last game, we have David coming to us once again, requesting to be put on the transfer list for the next window. And like I said, David, I got your message. I know you want to play and I know you want to leave, so don't worry about it, lad. I will put you on the transfer list. You will be on your way out. Don't worry about it. The only thing that you have to worry is if anyone wants to get you in their squad. Yeah, I mean, if you're not cutting it here, so I don't know where else you're going to go, because the game doesn't have non-league football below the second league and so on. But sorry for rambling on, but getting back into the episode, we did have the scouting update coming back to us, starting off with the Australian scouting update earlier. We added 1 player into the list. It was a goalkeeper called Marcus Davis, who looks decent, poor starting overall, but could have high potential, so we'll see how it goes with him. And with the England scouting update, we had a decent left wing or left midfield player as well, Connor Morgan, adding into the youth squad. But again, we'll see how it goes. And same goes to the Korean one, though not looking too bad or too good. He seems the brightest of the crop for this month's scouting. So hopefully these players that we have are going to be decent players, at least players that we can use in the League One as well as the Championship. But one player that's not going to make into our squad is that player there. He is not going to make the cut. Poor starting overall, and also the potential is not too great. So sorry lad, we have to let you go. But we have a few players here, all looking decent, but the top three players there, if you can see, George Baker, Connor Morgan, who recently we picked up, as well as Hong Gil Cho, who we also recently picked up, seems to be the brightest of the bunch. So hopefully we can have these players budding into their potential very soon, and we can add them into the squad soon enough as well. But that's where we'll end today's episode, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please do drop a like if you like today's episodes, and also consider subscribing to the channel as well. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.